I'm gonna keep it light tonight. You know, I made some videos last night, but I feel like I can't post them yet. You know, not yet. You know, God will let me know. But other than that, I had a wonderful day today. I love the weather. Everybody is like, is that your hair? Yes. Aren't you seeing it? You know, but it was a compliment, you know. Wearing my natural, I'm still thinking about coloring it, you know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that as soon as it's possible. Yeah. I come out at night because this is the time of night my roommates start arguing over things. You know, after bed check, you can go back out in this shelter, you know. But after bed check, I make sure that I leave the facility because this is when all the arguing starts, you know? Over the light, over the bathroom, over who slammed the door, you know? And so I try to come back in when they sleep. Because I learned my lesson about trying to mitigate every situation. Y'all gotta learn how to deal with each other. And I'm not gonna hold your hand every time, okay? Because one day I'm not gonna be there. So y'all gotta choose to deal with each other. Like, you know, we all have to deal with each other. So I'll be out before NYPD shows up. Hi, how y'all doing? I haven't seen y'all this week. You know, you see the same officers, you get familiar. So I'll be out. Only for a little while. Only till I'm satisfied that I'm ready to go back in, you know. Unless Michael say, hey, let's wrap this up. But other than that, I hate to go back inside. I hate to go back inside. I was thinking about one of my old colleagues tonight. Well, yesterday, pretty much. I'm not going to say her name, but she'll know who she is if she ever sees this video. So, we used to work together, right? Now, she's white and Polish. And she would say, Sabrinka, you're my soulmate. And I said, okay. And we had the time of our lives in that office, honey. The time of our lives. People hated us because they saw black and white content with each other. That's what they saw. What? We used to talk so filthy because we were in the same office and we had a door that closed. It was just her and I. And we used to crack up all day. And work, of course, you know, because we had to get it done. One day she said, Sabrinka, your standards are too high. And I'm just paraphrasing again, but I just want y'all to get the gist of it. And she used to be like, your standards are on the higher floors, but you need to bring your standards down. You need to bring your standards down. And she said, I want you to get on the elevator, go to the basement, and when you get to the basement, go 2 more flights down. And that's where you start with people. And it's one of the greatest lessons ever taught to me, honey. I appreciate her so much for that, because it's true. And I'm still naive. I'm a kid inside, for real. I'm naive in a lot of senses, but I see very clearly too. But that was one of the greatest lessons I've ever had said to me. Because that's where you got to start with people sometimes. In the basement. 2 floors down. And don't force them to come up. They got to walk them steps themselves. Don't force them to come up. And don't you come down either. Don't come down. Call down to them, say, you can do it. I did it. You can do it. But don't come down, because some people just want to drag you to the basement. And I'm not going. I'm going to the upper room. God bless me so. The upper room. I used to sing that to a dog that I used to know when he was getting old. He was a sweet dog too. He limped by, and I started singing Mahalia Jackson. The upper room, where my Lord. Y'all know Mahalia Jackson, right? She knew what she was talking about, So if you want the higher floors, keep going to the upper room. The upper room is where it's at, not the basement. I just wanted to make something light tonight. Before I go in and try to get some sleep. Oh my goodness. One of my roommates who hates my cat, she got some brujeria stuff on the floor, and I'm just laughing. Because in my mind, I'm saying, who taught you that? Abuelita? I said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This girl's bubble is going to get burst. She was using all 4 elements. I said, oh my God, earth magic. Meanwhile, she forgot 2 earth elements. And some of the stones she got down there aren't even real. I said, okay. What you trying to do in here? Banish me and my cat? It's not gonna happen, girl. Not by this. God coming to get me soon. or whoever he sends. But the little blue head here under the bed and shit. I said, oh my gosh. What is she summoning? The power of the elements. To do what, though? So today, when I felt like the magic, I absorbed it. I absorbed it. It's a secret. I can't tell you how. I shouldn't tell you. And I won't. But I absorbed it for protection purposes. And I just shook my head like, oh my God, the audacity. The audacity to have a cross around your neck and be doing magic. You know, because that's what some people do. They wear God around their neck, but they out here doing all kinds of things that are not of God. She got the Bibles out. I said, good, you know? Because whatever you think is about to happen, you're going to be shocked with what comes back to you, you know? It's not going to be by my hand. It's going to be within God's will, you know? People play with God. They do. She done pulled out her little magic kit. And I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where are the candles? I was dying to say that because I was sitting right there next to her looking at it like, you think that's going to like do something to me? It is not. It is not. The other day when she and I got into an argument, you know, regarding my cat, because my other roommate said she was planning on hurting my cat. So I cussed her butt out, right? And part of the argument, when I was arguing with her, I said, wait till you find out whose cat this is. Wait till you find out whose cat this is. You are going to be so shocked. Because God gave you that cat. God gave you that cat. And by God, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to protect him. And God protects me. Stop playing with magic. It's not going to be good for you later.